Coming up here on Mountain News this morning, a police chase across county lines leaves 2 men behind bars, and an Eastern Kentucky Sheriff's Office welcomes a new fluffy member to its team.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you. It is Thursday, one more day until Friday, and then it's the weekend. Good morning to you. I'm Dakota Makris. It's just after 6:30, and let's check in with meteorologist Cameron Aaron for a look of our cold forecast. Cameron, very cold. That's all we've talked about all morning. I feel like it's the coldest it's been, or feels like.
It's a pretty cold morning out there. Many people waking up to temperatures in those middle to lower teens. Some people waking up to temperatures in the single digits. Let's take a look at that temperature map real quick. You can see that we are in those middle to lower teens. 12 here in Hazard, 16 for Jackson and Pikeville, 7 the current temperature for Irvin and Ashland, sitting at 8 over in Lexington. So it is definitely a cold start to your Thursday. But we are dry under a clear sky thanks to that high pressure just off to our west over western Kentucky that is helping to keep us high and dry as we start our Thursday, and that will continue for much of your day as well. However, our attention turns to this cold front over portions of the Great Plains. That is pushing into our direction, and that will be our next weather maker and bring in some pretty cold air and some snow chances as well as we get towards your Friday. I got all those details coming up just a little bit later. Dakota.
All right, Cameron, thank you. Well, as part of the National Human Trafficking Prevention Month, law enforcement are calling attention to the problem here in the Commonwealth. The National Human Trafficking Hotline reports more than 3,000 contacts from Kentucky since 2007. Of those, they've had moderate confidence that 1,000 are victims of trafficking and high confidence that 900 are victims. Local law enforcement say you can help identify victims.
They're kind of standoffish. They don't want to really interact or get close to you. They don't want to share information with you. They're reluctant to tell you who they're traveling with or where they're staying at.
Anyone needing help can report a tip on the National Human Trafficking Hotline website or call the number that you see on your screen. A former city official in Bardstown is being charged with embezzling nearly $800,000 from the city. Tracy L. Hudson was indicted by a federal grand jury in Louisville last week. U.S. Attorney's Office says Hudson embezzled the money between 2013 and 2019. That was when she was working as the city's tax administrator and later its chief financial officer. She was fired in 2019. Federal prosecutors say Hudson took cash from city funds, paid herself for fake expenses, used city credit cards, and diverted extra money into her 401k retirement plan. She is charged with wire fraud. Well, a Kentucky woman included false information in applications for more than $200,000 in coronavirus aid. Now, our media partners, the Lexington Herald Leader, reports Mandy Ellen Bauer of Greene County faces 9 charges of wire fraud. The report claims that she filed applications between April and July of 2020 that shared false information about employees and finances of her company. Wire fraud is punishable by up to 20 years in prison. Well, a man was arrested after police say he snuck into a 16-year-old girl's room over in Johnson County. Police say 45-year-old Adam Conley snuck into the teenager's room and laid down in her bed with her. Well, the teenager told police she thought it was her dad when she quickly realized it was not, adding that Conley grabbed her thigh. Police say Conley tried to run away when they arrived. The girl and the owner of the home say they do not know Conley or why he was even there. Well, 2 people were arrested Wednesday night after leading sheriff's deputies on a chase across county lines. Johnson County Sheriff's deputies tell us they pulled over an alleged stolen car when they took off. Now, they led multiple sheriff's deputies on a chase across the county line into Martin County. Well, that chase ended when the driver of the car crashed into a Martin County constable. We do not know the names of those arrested or if anyone was hurt. Of course, we will keep you updated when more information becomes available. A new deputy has made his way to a local sheriff's office to help seize narcotics, catch suspects, and more. Our Jordan Mullins tells us about a K-9 deputy boss at the Johnson County Sheriff's Department.
The Johnson County Sheriff's Office is receiving a bit of extra help and a brand new deputy.
I get the opportunity to work with him every day. He actually lives with me every day. We are all very excited to have K-9 boss on duty with us.
Boss is a nearly 2-year-old Belgian Malinois that was trained in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Boy. The main use for our new deputy, the K9 boss, is for drug location and hopefully to help us get some drugs off the street.
And his handler, Sheriff's Deputy Jeff Castle, is new to K9 work and learning more about his partner each day.
I'm learning just as much as he is, so probably more. He's probably smarter at this already than I am. So, but yeah, it's a challenge.
On Tuesday, Boss alerted to an SUV during a traffic stop on only his 4th day on the job.
He alerted to a vehicle that was involved in a traffic stop. We recovered some methamphetamine along with some other items. I think he's going to be a big asset to the sheriff's office and also to our community.
Starting off strong by making a difference and getting narcotics off the street. In Paintsville, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, Deputy Castle says Boss is a dual-purpose K9 and not only specializes in narcotics, but also tracking and apprehension work. Sheriff Saylor says Boss will make a huge impact on the community and for the sheriff's office. Well, SOAR plans to host a mini-summit this spring that aims to help communities attract more tourists. Shaping Our Appalachian Region staff said in a statement that the event will happen March 7th and 8th in Ashland. Now, the main focus will be on tourism and downtown revitalization. It will include sessions on how downtowns can welcome tourists, the role small businesses can play in attracting people, how to market what communities offer to visitors, and how some communities are using trail systems to create successful adventure tourism destinations. Ashland city leaders have been working for nearly a decade to put a convention center downtown, and that plan is finally becoming a reality. As Kimberly Kagi reports, it's projected to be a big moneymaker for the city.
The walls inside the Ashland Oil Building could talk.
Everything's just frozen in time.
The stories they'd have to tell about the times long ago when it was in its prime.
Are you kidding me? That's amazing. Summer motion. What year?
It's had several uses over the years, but it's been sitting empty, crumbling over time.
It's not going to be safe to let it stand much longer.
That's why the walls are coming down soon, and something new is going in its place.
And this is a blighted property smack in the middle of our downtown. In fact, you know, it's the entrance of our downtown.
The city planning to put in a convention center and parking garage. City Commissioner Amanda Clark says it has the potential to draw millions of dollars in tourism by attracting state conferences to the area.
Tourism dollars are not our people spending their money here. It's people from the outside coming in and spending their money. So every dollar and every bit of revenue that we can collect from people outside of here is one less cent that we have to put on the backs of our citizens.
The location, city leaders believe, is perfect because it's within walking distance of restaurants, entertainment, and nearby lodging.
And this really is in the true spirit of a convention center. And it complements, you know, for us, it complements what already exists. Paramount already exists. Our downtown already exists. And so, to me, it's just dovetailing nicely with what we have, polishing up what we have, making it better.
Taking a piece of the city's history and revamping it for the future. Kimberly Kagi, WSAZ News Channel 3, Ashland.
Demolition of the Ashland Oil Building is set to begin in the spring. Well, Keeneland's spring meet starts on April 8th in Lexington, and ticketing and attendance policies will be similar to last year's fall meet. Tickets must be purchased online in advance. Cash and walk-up purchases on race days will be allowed if tickets are left. Daily attendance will be limited to 20,000. Tailgating will be happening on the hill on Fridays and Saturdays. Tickets go on sale February 15th.